Hi guys, it's Lauren with This Alaska Life. Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful fall day here in Alaska. It is Sunday. We just got home from church. We are making dinner. A lot of you said that you wanted to see more of our dinner prep, so between the meat in the freezer and the Costco runs, that's what you'll see when we're making dinner. So we've got our Traeger out here on the deck, and Mark is cooking some moose steaks. Oop, let's see if we can see them. Getting smoked out. All that we have on them is Traeger rub seasoning, and they should be good. Inside we have a salad, and we are also making some potatoes. If you've been around for a while, you know that we have 2 beehives that Mark takes care of, and it is time to harvest the honey in Alaska. Mark harvests the honey, and then he takes it to some people that live about an hour away to extract the honey out of the comb. So we just picked up our honey, and we'll show you. It is beautiful. We wish that you could taste it, because fresh honey out of a beehive is just amazing.
So this honey right here, this is the capping. So you have your honeycomb. What they do is they take a hot knife and they cut the front of it off, so it leaves all the honey there that they then extract with the centrifuge. So right here, this is the cappings, and so there's a whole bunch of wax and other stuff, but what I'll do is I'll put it through a filter, and it screens out any of the impurities. We'll just get the honey out, and then we have all the wax that we can do stuff with.
It's good.
Yeah.
It almost has like a cinnamon apple taste this year. We had tasted a little bit when like a little bit of the comb got dug out a couple weeks ago. It's really good, but it has a distinct taste this year.
So this bucket has, there's a 46 on the top of it, so there's 46 pounds of honey in here. So that means it's right up to here. That's about 4.5 gallons when you work it out. And so this is primarily just honey. I haven't had them, they just extracted it. I filter it at home. And so I'm trying to get this open. It's closed. These are food grade buckets that you get, and they put all of the honey in there. Gotta get this open. Okay, let me get it back. So here we have little bits of wax and stuff. The wax is lighter, so it comes to the top. I'm gonna filter all this out, so you can see in there all of that honey there coming through. So this is all just the honey that we got this year, and we'll get all these other cappings off of it, and then bottle it up.
It's really, really good.
I know, it's great. So in other years, I've definitely had quite a bit more honey than we got this year. For perspective, I think in some of the years that we had a hotter summer, I'd get 7.5, almost 8 gallons with 2 hives. So this year I got 4.5. One of the hives really didn't have very much honey. I had some problems with the queen. I lost a queen a couple weeks before the nectar flow, and that really made it so I just didn't get very much honey out of that hive. But all said, I think I did really well. Most people across South Central didn't get that much honey this year with the colder, cooler, more normal summer we had.
Well, may not be more, but it sure tastes good.
Yeah.
It's got a really distinct flavor this year.
Got all the bee's knees in here.
While Mark and I have been making dinner, we've been snacking on this smoked salmon. He brined it and then smoked it on the Traeger this week, and it is super yummy. It's just been cold in the refrigerator, and then you just pull it out, and we like to have it plain or with some cream cheese. It's really yummy. Here's the skin. Ever since we had brownies on the Golconda River for Weston's birthday, we've kind of been on a brownie kick. So I'm making up some brownies for after dinner. We're gonna go out and have a fire and pick some berries, and hopefully have some friends come over and just enjoy this beautiful fall evening. One thing that we love about the Traeger is that it has this temperature probe, and you can put it inside the meat, and then it tells you what temperature it's at, so we know when it's done. Often the meat doesn't look done because it kind of has a pink tint to it from the smoking, but that is really helpful. It's been one of our favorite things about the Traeger, and Mark also can control that from his phone. So if he's not home, I can start something and he can watch it on his phone, which is kind of cool. Mashed potato, mashed potato. This is purple cauliflower from our garden, and cabbage from our garden, and broccoli from our garden, but our peas did not do very well this year, so these are from Costco.
Yeah, I love the peas.
And we're waiting for our potatoes for it to freeze. That's after a freeze is when you want to pick them, so we're waiting for them to freeze, and then we will pick them.
Who's beeping, Dad? 138.
So we're just finishing up dinner out here. We are just grateful to have, it's probably one of the last days that we will be having dinner out here before it gets too cold and too wet. So we're just really grateful. Oh, and there goes the umbrella.
It was kind of cold this morning. It was 38 degrees this morning, I think, at the house when I woke up. So.
That is 36.
Now it's probably, what, 65?
Sure feels nice. I'm just gonna enjoy the vitamin D.
Maybe not 65, probably like 60.
Maybe 55, maybe 60.
We're living together, and still it's farewell. Many have seen us on earth, who can tell?
It's the final countdown!
We'll leave this ground, never be the same again.
I got you a new song.
It's the final countdown!
All right, I got changed out of my church clothes so I can go out and enjoy the fire. What a gorgeous evening.
Should like make these pretend little or should Put that glitter on his face.
I know, stop.
Let's go to see Rat King! The Rat King!
Is this a double mushroom?
It is a double one, and it kind of grew together.
I found that, Mom.
Yeah. There's another.
Okay, so can you tell me?
So these are butter boletes in the bolete family, and they're kind of distinctive because they got yellow, and they have a spongy gill instead of the normal veins for a gill, and they can cut them in half, look like this, and you can cook these up just fine. They're great. It's a pain.
No, Emmett. I did that one. I thought you were Emmett. You have blood on your forehead? From what?
Wow, good job, Nathan. Wow. Really fast.
Oh, Weston, don't get everybody wet! Please. Here, Westy, come put this on the fire.
Because my son is always trying to people.
Magic flames?
Magic flames.
Oh, does that make it colored?
Our camera didn't quite capture it, but these magic flames make the fire turn blue and green and purple, and it is quite magical and fun. Well, tonight is one of those nights where we just feel deep sense of gratitude for this property. We had kids running all over the place, picking berries, had a fire. Mark did that shooting. It was just really, really fun, and we hope that you enjoyed coming along and seeing our dinner and our evening of fun. Now with the task of putting the kids to bed after the weekend, back to the grind of school tomorrow. Tell us down below in the comments how you like to spend your Sunday evenings. Is there something special that you do with your family, or special weekend traditions that you have that just makes your heart happy? We'd love to know. Tell us down in the comments. Okay, so here's our bucket of honey. We have all the honey in here. You can see on the top,
There's a bunch of wax cappings and kind of other stuff, but all of the other honey is down below. And what we're gonna do is we are filtering it. So I have this bung on the bucket, and we'll pour it down to this screen here, and it goes through 2 screens. You got like a bigger thing and then a fine screen on the bottom. And so there'll be a little bit of like pollen and things that'll get through, but it's primarily filter, get all the wax, you know, the bits of bees or things like that that are left. So just watching that, monitoring it, and gonna let this run through. In an hour or so, we should have it all filtered. So right now we are taking our filtered and cleaned honey and bottling it up to have it for the winter, for the rest of the year. To get this honey in here, first I had to take the frames full of bees and honey that was capped with wax over it, pull all that out of the hive, and cleaned it off, and it went into a extractor, which is pretty much a centrifuge. And then you get your honey, but it has debris, little bits of wax and things like that, and so you have to filter it. You filter all that out, and then you can jar it up like this. This honey has already started to kind of cream or crystallize a little bit, and so it's coming out a little bit thicker. Still tastes good, still wonderful. Every year it's a little different.
This year it almost looks like the color of butter. All right, to show you what we mean by how each year has a different color, this is 2020's honey, and then this is 2021. They have very, very different colors and different tastes. So this beehive was in the same yard, same spot, different bees, but you know, in the exact same spot though, so the bees would have been flying out and coming back to the same area, but you just get different combination and a different taste. All right, so we got 17 full quart jars and almost an 18th for our honey harvest this year. How do you feel about that?
It's okay. It tastes good. It's probably one of the smallest harvests I've had since I started, but it was just a weird summer. So a lot of rain, a lot of overcast. They really need consecutive days of hot weather and sun to be able to go out and get lots of honey. Overall, it's good. It'll be enough for us. Sometimes in the past we used to sell it and make some money to pay for our bees and stuff. I think this year we're not going to sell it. We'll keep it and don't have that much of a surplus. So. It's good though. Tastes good.
All right, that's a wrap on Honey 2021. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you will subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this Alaska life.